just like their other MLS teams across the quarterfinals, with the Sounders taking down León and NYCFC doing the same to Comunicaciones. But going back to what we saw in the round of 16 coming in to this second leg in this same venue, Cruz Azul taking on Forge, more Canadian opposition for La Máquina, and they picked up pretty much right where they left off. They came into it 1-0 to the good, and they would add this goal very quickly thereafter that opening whistle. Angel Romero able to find the opener from a set piece. Beautiful sliding effort there, and Forge not able to keep that one out. A good start for Cruz Azul. They wouldn't have to wait much longer for the second, and this a really fine strike from Rafael Baca from just outside the area, able to beat Tristan Henry in goal for Forge, just off the goalkeeper's hands and into side netting. Forge would have a couple of chances of their own, and actually they would put one of these away. It would be Chouanier, David Chouanier, whose brother Matthew plays for Montreal and is not in the 18 tonight, but Chouanier able to get a goal for Forge in that second leg. Definitely one to remember, their first ever Champions League goal. And it comes on a very fine strike from David Chouanier. Right at the end of this first half, though, a diving header with eyes for the bottom corner by Juan Escobar. And that was all the scoring that Cruz Azul would need on the night. Forge needed much more, as it would be Cruz Azul to advance past Forge 4-1 on aggregate, and they would win this one 3-1 on the night. So that's how they advance into this stage tonight. As for Montreal, they go up against Liga MX opposition in Santos Laguna. They came into this down 1-0 on aggregate, but at the Olympic Stadium, Montreal always brings their A game, and so does Romel Kyoto. It didn't take them long either to find that opener. It took them just 10 minutes, and from a very acute angle, able to steer that one on frame. And not too much longer after that, it would be Georgi Mihailovic able to roof this shot just off the bottom side of the crossbar into the back of the net to give Montreal a 2-0 advantage, and that would have them up on aggregate. They would have more chances as the first half came to a close. This from distance, off the woodwork and bouncing out of play. But Montreal were keen to find another one for insurance, and they would come close here. This deflecting through, but eventually cleared off the line. A good save by the goalkeeper. A little bit of contact there at the end of the play as well. But at the end of it, it would be Ismael Kone to find the third goal on the night, and a really fine win for Montreal to put this one away. They win 3-0, and they win it 3-1 on aggregate. They would still have a few more chances as the game would come to a close. Kai Kamara couldn't get that ball in the middle, as it was eventually cleared away. But Montreal, a really good showing against Liga MX opposition, and they will need to do the same here tonight. So Wilfried Nancy's side able to win 3-0 on the night, and they win the aggregate tie 3-1 against Santos. Emotions running hot after the match, but 3-0 it goes to Montreal. So that sets up this quarterfinal here tonight, and what an opportunity it is for this Montreal side coming into the Azteca for the first time in 7 years. The last time they were here was when they took on Club America in the 2014-2015 final. We'll see if they can at least get some of that luck they had on that night. They ended up drawing that game 1-1. They scored actually the first goal in that game, but eventually they conceded late on and went into the second leg, where they eventually lost at the Olympic Stadium, and Club America was able to win Champions League that year. So a big venue for a big game tonight. The final first leg quarterfinal of this 2022 Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League. The teams are making their way out onto the field now. For this Montreal side, it's been a tough go of it in league play. As for Cruz Azul, they also have had a tough go of it in league play. Their last game out, a 3-1 loss against Puebla. We'll see if they can get back on track, as both of these teams are looking to do tonight. So we will step aside as we see the teams come out onto the field. We'll hear the CONCACAF Champions League anthem, and we'll build you up to first kick of this first leg quarterfinal. It's Cruz Azul and Montreal. Ready to go for kickoff tonight here at the Azteca. Cruz Azul and Montreal. A big occasion, and will it be MLS to take another advantage into the second legs? The other three MLS teams who have taken to the field have taken that advantage into the second leg thus far. We'll see if Montreal is able to do the same, albeit in a very tough environment. As we take a look at tonight's starting lineups, we'll start with Juan Reynoso and Cruz Azul. 4 changes into the lineup from that 3-1 loss against Puebla. Still plenty of firepower, though, in this lineup. Angel Romero, of course, getting on the score sheet in his first Champions League appearance last time out. And this is, of course, the first game in Mexico to be played since the events that took place in Querétaro over the weekend. And, of course, no violence in the sport. Nice to see the two players, or two sets of players, coming together, as we'll see the captains come to the middle of the field to meet tonight's referees. It is Jesus Corona, who is the captain of Cruz Azul tonight. And of course, Victor Wanyama will don the captain's armband for Montreal. Tonight's referee will be Danian Parchment. Rayon Radix will be tonight's 4th official. Danian Parchment hailing from Jamaica. And of course, a look at the VAR room as well, where this will be led by O'Shea Nation of Jamaica. We'll see if VAR is needed here tonight. As we'll take a look at the Montreal starting 11 from coach Wilfried Nancy. 3 changes from the lineup. Their 2-1 loss to Philadelphia. No Romel Kyoto tonight, but still plenty of experience as the players come to the center of the field for a moment of silence. Of course, hearts are heavy in this country after the events over the weekend. The focus for the next 90 minutes is on the field, and a big opportunity for both of these teams, with the second leg beckoning next week in Montreal. Montreal always puts on a good show when they are playing at that venue. But tonight, a big opportunity for Cruz Azul to take the advantage into that second leg. Or can Montreal follow what their other MLS counterparts have done? Jesus Corona and all the experience that he carries. Some final words of wisdom from the goalkeeper, and we will get this underway here momentarily. It is Cruz Azul in blue. In the gray kits, it is CF Montreal. And we are underway from Estadio Azteca. A big opportunity for Montreal tonight, coming into this cavernous venue, a very big venue. But the last time a Canadian team came here, of course, it was a tough result. And this an early foul and a free kick coming for Montreal inside of 20 seconds. As it was Joaquin Torres, the Argentine, who was taken down. Now Georgi Mihailovic will stand over this set piece inside of a minute for Montreal. Boy, this could be a dream start. Mihailovic, he'll curl this one in, not enough height on it. Comes out for Kone. Losing his footing there on the far side was Lapalainen. And now this put straight out of play. So as we went over in the highlights in the open, Cruz Azul facing Canadian opposition now for the second straight round, and the same goes for Montreal, facing Mexican opposition for 2 straight rounds. And a really good showing for Montreal, especially in a tough environment in that first leg, going down 1-0. They had a goal chalked off due to VAR on that road leg against Santos. And here tonight, Wilfried Nancy talking a lot about the intensity that this Cruz Azul side plays with, especially in their home venue. Maybe a surprising scoreline last night and tonight, with both the Seattle Sounders and the New England Revolution taking down León and Pumas by 3 goals to 0 respectively. Seems like in the past in this competition, it has been Liga MX opposition that has had the upper hand. MLS showing their might here in this quarterfinal stage, at least through 1 leg. Here's Zachary Broguillard, and back for Alistair Johnson, who featured for Canada in that 1-1 draw against Mexico in this same venue, that famous 1-1 draw for Canada in World Cup qualifying during this cycle. All the way back for the goalkeeper, who was in a very advanced position. That's Sebastian Breza. And good early possession here for Montreal. As I say that, they put it out of play for a throw-in. Jose Martinez will get this back in, formerly of Pachuca, where he's made a few previous Champions League appearances. Looked like that was a handball, and a free kick now for Cruz Azul, coming off of Rudy Camacho. Sebastian Breza awaiting this set piece. Carlos Rodriguez stands over it. Curling this in. Not enough depth on it as it's quickly cleared away. Rodriguez tries to move it forward again, but this time Camacho gets his head on it. It's not only the second straight round that Cruz Azul is facing Canadian opposition, it's the second straight year they are facing Canadian opposition in this round. They took down Toronto FC, but here is Lassi Lapalainen. Just that little touch ended the threat. Good defensive play there coming out of the back. Looks like that was Juan Escobar. It was that run to the semifinal a year ago for Cruz Azul before their run was halted by Montreal, who of course went on to win this competition in 2021. Eric Lira in conversation with Danian Parchment, and a handshake. Looking for that long switch of play. Basong looking over his head. It's Uriel Antuna looking to find space in the middle, and quickly cleared away by Joel Waterman. Angel Romero is bearing down on that free ball. Here's Jimenez. Now Carlos Rodriguez. Aguilar gets it wide for Martinez. Now Antuna. First season with Cruz Azul for Uriel Antuna. We're spending some time with Los Angeles Galaxy, but previous to this, his last 3 seasons with Chivas in Liga MX. Finding space through the middle. It's Jimenez. Looking in behind Johnston. Jimenez still going. Eventually, Johnston able to jar that ball loose and get it free. Johnston, who's really burst onto the scene for the Canadian men's national team. Also in MLS with Nashville, and Montreal saw him. They traded a bunch of money for him as Cruz Azul looks into the area early on once again. And more defending to do for Montreal. As it always is in this venue for teams that aren't used to it, the altitude almost always plays a factor, and Alistair Johnston was asked about that, and he said, absolutely. Here comes Cruz Azul forward again. Zachary Brault-Guillard got a foot on it. It took all the sting out of it. And Sebastian Breza able to scoop that one up. I think some of the Cruz Azul players wanted that whistled for a back pass, but Uriel Antuna getting down that right side and putting a really good ball right to the top of the 6-yard box. And this was the chance just before, and the clearing header by Zorhan Bassong, the French defender. Not an easy run of games upcoming for Montreal after they lost their first two, losing first at Orlando and then against the Philadelphia Union. Their next two games at NYCFC and at Atlanta United. As for Cruz Azul, they'll be home right here in this venue against Pumas this weekend. They might be still thawing out from the snow that they endured in Foxborough. Romero looks to send this in for Jimenez, and it's saved by Breza. Great service in. And the two strikers for Cruz Azul nearly combining for the opener. Big moment there for Sebastian Breza. And after what looked like a good start for Montreal in the opening few minutes, all of a sudden they've been doing a ton of defending. It's exactly what you're told to do. Head that back across the face of goal. But the way Jimenez went up for it, he couldn't get too much power on it. And Breza able to get down to his left to keep it out with his left hand. Here's Victor Wanyama. And look at Juan Reynoso, maybe under a bit of heat coming into this part of the season. So far in Liga MX play, 4-3-2 in the Clausura. 14 points, that's good for 6th place. They're winless in their last 3, only 2 league wins in their last 6. So a tough run of form, and I guess you can say the same for Wilfried Nancy, not that he's under heat, but he's looking for some form from his side. One of the league's best defenses a year ago. Here's Andrete, trying to play through the lines. Bassong gives it right back. Cruz Azul content to take some time on the ball. A touch for Jesus Corona, a 41-year-old. Well over 400 appearances for this club. In his 13th season with Cruz Azul, he has been through a lot. In his 23rd Champions League appearance here tonight. And the run to the semifinals last year was a lot of Andres Gudinho and Sebastian Gerardo. Tonight it is Jesus Corona in between the pipes. Looking to find that window forward here, Cruz Azul, but this time they give it away. Georgi Mihailovic, as he ran right into Pablo Aguilar. Now looking for that long ball over the top. Romero was nearly there, but Camacho diving back to get his head on it. Breza able to put his hands on it for safety. Here's Wanyama down the line. He's touched out of play. It's a throw into Montreal, as Torres did well. Montreal will take its time to put this back in play with Zachary Brault-Guillard, the right wing back, coming up to throw this in. And he'll do it again. Here's Johnston under a bit of pressure from Jimenez. Johnson puts this right in the middle, and here come Cruz Azul. Jimenez up ahead. There's Antuna, who didn't get maybe full power on that, but he does force Waterman to put this out for a corner kick. It's the first corner kick of the night for either side, and Antuna's had a bright start to this one. And again, standing over this set piece, it's Carlos Rodriguez, acquired in January from Monterrey, putting this into the area, and a clearing header. As you'd expect, it's Cruz Azul on the front foot. They've been looking around this competition, seeing their fellow Liga MX sides go down to MLS opposition, and they're thinking if Liga MX is going to hold the mantle once again in this competition, it might just be us that has to do it. Did win the title in the 2013-2014 edition. They won 5 Champions Cup titles. The competition that came before it was reformatted or renamed it Concacaf Champions League. Trying to go to their 4th ever final. They've been the runners-up twice as well. Those were all when they were still group stages many years ago, and now it's an early yellow card for Zorhan Basong. A 22-year-old making just his 2nd appearance in Champions League, committing that foul. And Zorhan Basong, that's his 2nd yellow card, so he will miss the next leg. And that's the reason why Romel Kyoto is not playing tonight, after he picked up a yellow card in each of the round of 16 matches. Another set piece from the far side, miscurled in, more depth on it, and Romero got his head on it. He knows that was a great opportunity to find the opener once again. And not able to steer it on target. Another look at it. Just over the bar. As Montreal look to play out from the back here. Able to play through the lines. Mihailovic finding space on the far side. It's Zoran Basong. Options await in the middle. Torres making the run near post and easily cut out by Escobar. Now Antuna will start the break. Will Antuna get there first? He will, in front of Waterman. Early ball in. Johnson able to deal with it. Kone moves it along. Carlos Rodriguez collects. Lira moves it along. Aldrete. Corona over the top again and just gives it right back to the other goalkeeper and Sebastian Breza. Waterman distributes for Basong. A big miss for Montreal to not have Romel Kyoto in this game tonight. He's always dangerous in the attack, always keen to score. They'll get him back for the second leg, and I'm sure he'll be in that starting 11. He's actually been suspended for the last 2 matches after he picked up a red card in the MLS opener against Orlando. This will be a foul and a free kick going against Montreal. Camacho coming in and taking out Rafael Baca. Long over the top again. A diving header, this right into the path. It's Antuna! Cruz Azul find the opening goal. A tough one to take if you're Montreal. But that fell ever so kindly to Uriel Antuna. He was not going to miss from that sort of distance. And Cruz Azul lead 1-0. Another look at it here, just a simple ball over the top. Basong came flying in. Felt like maybe Waterman had that under control, but Antuna just slotting it right by Sebastian Breza. One touch to set himself, and one more to finish. A great start here for La Máquina. His 3rd goal for the club. He had scored 2 goals in Liga MX play. Now he gets one here in Champions League, his first Champions League goal. And of course, trying to maybe get in with El Tri in their run into the end of World Cup qualifying. A few goals here and there will no doubt help his case. And now Montreal have a bit of a hill to climb tonight. Another look at it here. Let's see Waterman. Maybe he was taken down. That's just going right off the 1 and the 9 of Zorhan Basong. Have to feel for Basong there. He was just coming over to try to clear that away. And Wilfried Nancy trying to keep it upbeat and positive in the technical area. If you're Montreal, that is a tough one to take. Escobar long over the top and trying to find Antuna on the far side again. Baca able to sweep in and clear it up for Cruz Azul. Over the top, it's Jimenez. Jimenez finds space. Jimenez! Just over the bar. Now the flag is up for offside. Leading goal scorer in league play for La Máquina. That man right there. And just a simple ball over the top. One touch to kind of clear him away from Johnston, but Johnston kept that pressure on, and high degree of difficulty on the shot. Oh, another giveaway out of the back. Here's Baca. Romero shaping the cross in. Waterman deals with this. And the foul by Pablo Aguilar will end the threat. You can't make too many mistakes in this venue against this team. They will make you pay. They already made Montreal pay once. That was another nervy moment coming out from the back for Montreal. And Aguilar coming right through the back of Mihailovic. Got a knee. Here's Waterman. And Johnston. Waterman again comes into the attack. It's Basong in a wide position. Plenty of blue shirts back defending, and now the flag up for offside. Basong just straying behind the back line. So past the midway point of this first half, Cruz Azul well in control of this one. Chances have been few and far between for Montreal. They had an attacking set piece in the opening minute, and since then it has been all Cruz Azul. No shots for Montreal, no big chances created. Onyama trying to change that. The youngster Kone, who came up with that insurance goal in the second leg of the round of 16. Onyama goes to ground, failed to collect it. Now Romero, will he get there? He will. Back for Aldrete. Aldrete finding himself in an advanced position. The cross was blocked down, but right to Romero. Baca. Spray it out to the right. Cross comes back in. It's Jimenez. It's blocked down. Good job by Jimenez to win it back for Cruz Azul. And Tuna for Martinez. Cruz Azul on the prowl for a second. They'll take some time. Long over the top, headed forward, and out of play. Who'd this go off of last? It looks like it's a goal kick coming for Montreal. Well, Montreal knew this would be a difficult tie, especially the road leg, because in this venue, in this competition, Cruz Azul rarely loses. 23-2-6. Those two losses, one of them coming in the 2008-2009 final, and the last one coming just last year to Monterrey. And still, Wilfried Nancy, I'm sure knowing that, still trying to keep his team calm here. They've absorbed a lot of pressure in these opening 27 minutes. And to further that stat for Cruz Azul in this venue, they've never lost a home quarterfinal. Player down, but play continues on for just a moment before Danian Parchment blows his whistle. It's Carlos Rodriguez who's shaken up. That battle with Victor Wanyama. So play back underway. It's Martinez on the far side. Now Antuna. His goal the difference. Mihailovic got a touch on that. That was about it. Montreal having quite a bit of difficulty just getting on the ball so far tonight. Don't forget that Montreal did lose the first leg to Santos in the round of 16 by this same scoreline of 1-0 before they went home and won 3-0. But of course, still a long way to go in this one. Just over an hour to go. Here's Kone. Kone's dispossessed. Lira can look upfield. Patient on the ball. Cross coming in, Jimenez. Aldrete won't get there either. Well, that man is a key for Montreal to get involved. So far, and he has been shut down in this game. A half hour gone. Cruz Azul still well in control and looking for more. And Tuna does well to find space. Romero! And his header just wide. Crashing in at that far post. Another look at it here. The service And the skill, brilliant from Antuna. And just not able to get a full head on that as he was still lunging for it. If he keeps making those runs, as this game progresses with the service Antuna's had, played through again, and this time it's Breza to slide in just in front of Jimenez. Broguillard. There's Torres, a little push from behind and a free kick. Montreal will take it. No matter what happens tonight, Alistair Johnston is saying before this game that it's really important realizing that no matter what happens in the first leg, that we can still go back home and compete. It's exactly what they did, winning 3-0 against Santos. And is this finally going to be the year that MLS can hoist the trophy in this competition? There's a chance potentially that the 4 semifinalists are all from MLS, but that would require Montreal to come back in this tie. Aldrete. More time on the ball for Cruz Azul, making Montreal chase. Romero leaves it off for Baca, who plays it wide for Aldrete. He'll shape the cross in, this time Jimenez. He got his head on it, but nowhere near Breza in goal. The service from wide areas has been very good for Cruz Azul in the opening half hour plus. A lot of work for the center backs tonight for Montreal. And Camacho, Waterman, and Johnston. A 3 center back look tonight from Wilfried Nancy. Waterman into the corner. It'll be a throw into Montreal. Johnston, a crucial touch. And again, it's Lapalainen. And now some room for Montreal to stretch its legs. Here's Torres. Little hesitation. Sliding challenge coming in, and a free kick. There was Juan Escobar lunging in and leaving Joaquin Torres on the floor. And these sorts of opportunities, goes without saying, Montreal need to take advantage of them on a night like this. Or just getting one goal could be so crucial going into the second leg next week in Montreal. It's Mihailovic who stands over it. And just one man standing in between the ball and the goal. Provide a little bit of protection for Corona. Here's Mihailovic into the back post and nothing doing. But it's Kone who will keep this in for Montreal. He'll drive this back in, looking for Johnston. The header back into the middle. And nothing doing. Lira gets this out clear. It's Wanyama who gets there first for Montreal. And he's wrestled to the floor by Antuna. It's Montreal still looking for its first shot in this game. Johnston, Broguillard, finally some time on the ball for Montreal. They'll have a throw in now. Juan Reynoso really just trying to get his team back on track. A good start for Cruz Azul tonight. Waterman. Now Basong. He'll send the cross in, too tall for Torres. Broguillard will track it down. Trying to get the cross away. And he deflects it off of Romero. It's a corner kick upcoming for Montreal. It's first of the game. Again, it's Georgi Mihailovic to stand over this set piece. Mihailovic sends in the outswinger. Wanyama crashing in at the far post. And he is deemed to have committed a foul. And will be a free kick back to Cruz Azul. He's battling with Aldrete. Going up over the top. There's Wanyama in the middle, able to hold it for a moment and keep it for Montreal. Johnston, long downfield again. Torres putting pressure on Escobar. And now Lira will calm things down. Switches the play for Martinez. Again, it's Lira with space in the middle. And now it's Cruz Azul that can get this game back under their control. Camacho, and now Wanyama for Montreal. Five minutes to go in this first half. Antuna's goal the difference. And right now, Montreal just trying to find a way to get a shot, as they have not been able to thus far. As Breza, a bit of frustration as to put that straight out of play. Here's Escobar. His fellow Paraguay native in Pablo Aguilar, the two center backs tonight. Romero has really floated side to side for Cruz Azul in this first half. Has popped up in some dangerous areas. Pretty much everybody back defending for Montreal. Trying to go long over the top. Aldrete will latch onto this. Aldrete's cross blocked down by Broguillard. Lira, cross into the middle, off the chest, and the shot by Jimenez blocked. Antuna puts it out of play. Had to fancy himself to at least put that on target. And again, these quick attacks coming from Cruz Azul, they almost lull you to sleep. And then all of a sudden, it's Antuna who finds himself on the end of it. A really impressive performance in this first half by Cruz Azul, limiting almost any chance Montreal's had of forming an attack. And here's Antuna again. Martinez will turn back. If there's not an avenue forward, that's usually the instruction. Aldrete still on this for Cruz Azul. Aldrete lifts the cross in off the chest of Jimenez, bouncing through, still not clear, and Baca puts it wide. Two Cruz Azul players on the floor. The ball just bouncing around. And all of a sudden, Baca came in, it just fell to his foot, and he put it wide. Maybe it was Camacho who got a slight touch on it. Another look at it here from behind. Yeah, just a touch on that by Camacho. And a big intervention from the French center back. Otherwise, that was surely 2-0. And it's still Baca who is down for the home side. Baca getting back to his feet. His 14th Champions League appearance. He actually made 3 of those appearances with the San Jose Earthquakes. Here it is again. Like that right foot was stepped on there by Camacho, but not enough for Canadian Parchment to whistle for a penalty there, which I think a few Cruz Azul players wanted. Kone looks upfield. Finds space with Basong in a wide position. In for Lapalainen. Lassi Lapalainen to the end line. And it's a corner kick for Montreal as we enter 1 minute of stoppage time. That much better. Did that come off of Lapalainen, which I think is what Pablo Aguilar was arguing. As Mihailovic strides over to take this on the far corner flag. Mihailovic whips this in. Romero quickly clears. Maybe one more counterattacking opportunity, and that is it. The first half has come to a close. Cruz Azul well in command of this first leg quarterfinal. Is there a way back into it for Montreal in the second 45 minutes of this first leg? At halftime from Estadio Azteca, it's Cruz Azul 1, Montreal 0. Highlights for the first 45 minutes of action, this first leg quarterfinal between Montreal and Cruz Azul. And this was pretty much all Cruz Azul. Montreal not able to register a shot through the first 45 minutes. And Sebastian Breza, a very busy man in goal tonight for Montreal. And then a very good save down to his left. Ariel Antuna would have a couple of early chances as well. And the service coming in for the likes of Sebastian Jimenez and Angel Romero, making things very difficult, but this would be the opening goal for Cruz Azul. Ariel Antuna just latching onto a loose ball, going right off the back of Zorhan Basong. Antuna was one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and Antuna was not going to miss from that sort of angle. His third goal for Cruz Azul. since being acquired from Chivas. His first goal in Champions League. And it's enough to give La Máquina the advantage going into the second 45 minutes. This time it'd be Antuna crossing the ball in and looking for Angel Romero, but his header, he was lunging in, going just wide. And that is what we saw in the first 45 minutes. And look at the stats. 8 shots for Cruz Azul. It seems like they have even more possession than they do, but Montreal's gotten on the ball a little bit, and they just have not been able to create much going forward. So we'll see if Montreal can come back in this first leg, or whether it will be Cruz Azul to take the advantage into the second leg. More second leg action of the quarterfinals coming up next week in Champions League.
The official CONCACAF app. No matter where you are or who you're rooting for, you can watch your favorite competitions, teams, and players on the go. Get the latest news on all things CONCACAF. Get access to stats, play-by-play, players' information, schedule, and standings. Get instant notifications and alerts. Discover other fans like you. And show your support in social media with our exclusive camera filters. All of that and much more. Take your CONCACAF experience to the next level. Download now the official CONCACAF app. Available on the App Store and Google Play.
Solo.
The players making their way out for the second 45 minutes of action of this first leg quarterfinal, the 2022 Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League. It is 1-0 to Cruz Azul as we get this second half underway. I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for joining us. Estadio Azteca here in Mexico City. Teams will switch ends, and Montreal trying to get something going forward in this second half. Did not register a shot through the first 45 minutes. And Cruz Azul really came out of the gates looking really strong. We'll see if they can keep that up in this second half. Technically the second quarter of the 180 minutes over the two legs is underway. The teams, of course, switch ends. Cruz Azul in their home blue. It's Montreal in their alternate gray. No subs at halftime. The same 11 out for both teams to start this second half. If you're wondering also, I'm sure you're asking for more of the same, and probably just to be a little bit more clinical in that final third. All the teams that have advantages going into the second legs next week up by multiple goals. Two of them by 3-0 score lines, the other a 3-1 score line. That's NYCFC over Comunicaciones. But as Alistair Johnston said during the week, they feel like they have a lot of confidence going back home to the Olympic Stadium next week. That, of course, means that they need to stay within striking distance. It will not be an easy result to get next week, no matter what the score is at this point. And here's Basong for Montreal. And you also can't forget Montreal without Romel Kyoto due to yellow card suspension. And no doubt a big loss for Wilfried Nancy's side. Montreal trying to pass it around the back. The pressure is able to win it back. It's Romero streaming forward for Antuna. Quick ball across. Rodriguez brings it down. Looking to pick out the corner. Too much on it. Another good move by Cruz Azul. It was Uriel Antuna. He's trying to lay that back for the late run of Carlos Rodriguez. And trying to get that on his favorite right foot. There's Martinez. Baca right back for Martinez. Now trying to play it ahead for Jimenez. Down the line, room for Antuna, showing a burst of pace. Antuna still going, puts this across, and the shot's over the bar. It was Rodriguez again who would overrun it just by a bit. And he knows that was a missed opportunity. Would that have stood if it went in? Antuna nearly straying offside. The flag did stay down. And oh, what an opportunity that goes begging once again for La Máquina. Kind of cued off the side of his foot there. Not the cleanest of contact. it's Camacho. Mihailovic finds Kone, and there is some space there. Plays it through the middle with Lapalainen making the run. Lapalainen will cross this looking for Mihailovic, and it was cut out. And those have been the best opportunities thus far for Montreal out on the counterattack as Johnston steps in now for Montreal. Options in the middle. Here's Kone. Lapalainen dropping in. Tried to give it right back and had his pocket picked. A lunging challenge put in by Broguillard, and he's whistled for a foul. Dini and Parchment and Victor Wanyama have a chat, and this will be a free kick for Cruz Azul. Thought he got the ball there, it was Wanyama, but the referee right on top of that. No doubt a foul. Again, long over the top for Antuna. It's Basong tracking that one like a defensive back and heading it out of play. So many chances for a second, but can Cruz Azul finally capitalize? Another foul will end the threat. And Montreal will go quickly. Mihailovic felt pressure from behind it. Torres. And this will be a yellow card for Juan Escobar. And the Paraguayan center back into the book. The only player on the field for Cruz Azul that has to worry about picking up that second yellow is Rafael Baca, who did pick one up in the round of 16. "14 shots for Cruz Azul to Montreal's 0. Preza has really struggled with some of that distribution, albeit under quite a bit of pressure. Not wanting to make a mistake that would really make him pay. And to be fair, the one goal that Cruz Azul was able to put away just came off a really unfortunate deflection right off the back of Zorhan Basong. Really not how he drew it up. As Breza has to put out a play again, the 23-year-old really having some trouble. Lapalainen able to pick the pocket of Martinez. Mihailovic able to keep it. Now it's Wanyama and Basong. Back with Wanyama, who fends off Antuna. Kone slides it out wide. Broguillard. A deflected cross and another corner kick for Montreal. Montreal's pressing has been a little bit more aggressive to start this second half. It has turned into some opportunities, but still no shots. It's towards the near post, immediately headed away by Escobar. Kone was trying to put his right foot through it. It was taken away by Rodriguez. And Cruz Azul will look to get out on the counterattack as Kone cuts it out. And Wilfried Nancy applauds his team's transitional defense. And now Cruz Azul just left to get this game back under their control. Broguillard trying to step up. And still Cruz Azul will keep it. Trying to spot Antuna, who brings this down very well. Ariel Antuna cutting back onto his left foot. The cross and the header is saved. Breza diving across. He ended up not getting a hand on that one, but still another great opportunity. And it is Romero flying through the air. Breza does well to track that, and that cued kind of off his shoulder of Romero. And that's why it floated out wide. And that's been kind of the night for Sebastian Breza in goal. Antuna's goal still the difference in the 20th minute. It's Lapalainen. Can he answer back? A good challenge put in. Martinez lofts this over the top. Chance for Jimenez to run onto it. Camacho back for Breza. The big key for Wilfried Nancy in his pregame comments, he said, we'll have to match the intensity. And he said, we're going to have to be focused when they have the ball, as it looks like Kamal Miller and Ignacio Rivero coming on for their respective sides. It will be Jose Martinez to make way for Cruz Azul. So Rivero, the 29-year-old Uruguayan, to come on. Looks like we'll wait for Kamal Miller for just a few more moments. Good skill shown on the far side, but it was Broguillard who just couldn't keep it in play. And now it looks like Wilfried Nancy can make that substitution he was looking to make. And making the slow walk off will be Rudy Camacho. That's the 24-year-old Kamal Miller to come on. His second season with Montreal after coming over from Orlando. Played his college soccer at Syracuse. His third Champions League appearance comes here tonight at Estadio Azteca. First touch for Kamal Miller, finding Victor Wanyama. Kone gets it right back. They'll go through the middle, and Mihailovic. Torres making the run through the middle. It's Broguillard in a wide position. Broguillard again is cross blocked down. Adrian Aldrete has done well to stifle Zachary Broguillard down that right side in his service. Mihailovic, good hesitation. Still Mihailovic. It's Kone. Just tried to lay it off for Mihailovic, and he was not pleased. Maybe a bit of frustration, and I think he realizes after that he tried his hardest there. Another ball rolling onto the field, but play continues on. Again, Wilfried Nancy, you can see him in his technical area, just saying to calm down. I think Mihailovic just wanted that quickly on the first time from Kone. Kone was defended well by two Cruz Azul defenders. Wanyama, good quick pass up ahead for Basong. Again, the pass off the mark. It's just the quality in the final third for Montreal. It just hasn't quite been there. Wanyama doing some hard running. He won't get there first, but he does force a giveaway. Juan Reynoso urging his team on. He knows one goal for now is good, but I'm sure he'd love some insurance going into that second leg, trying to grab maybe one or two more here tonight. Here's Rodriguez. Oh, look at all the space on the far side. Aldrete fires it out of play. So if the story for Montreal is their inability to get a shot, Cruz Azul's downfall tonight has been their inability to really test Sebastian Breza as much as they could, as this another one off target. He was all alone on the far side. Well, the chances that Montreal have had tonight have been in transition. But again, it's just that final ball that has let them down. Oh, it's Lapalainen. That's a heavy challenge coming from behind. Pablo Aguilar sliding in. Center back partner Juan Escobar already picking up a yellow card. It doesn't look like Danian Parchment going to his pocket. Put it back in play. It was off the mark for Mihailovic. Patient build up here by Cruz Azul. Cross coming in again. It's dealt with by Miller, who's now the new center back in the middle of that three. Like for like switch with Rudy Camacho. Lira. Rivero. Played down the line. Lapalainen will use his pace to get on this. Lassi Lapalainen, his service overhit again. Every time they've come forward, it's the same old story. And you can see just some of the, I'm not sure if it's even frustration, it's more disappointment there from Lapalainen. Second ball picked up by Romero. Smart play there, just to kind of sit off and win that ball back. There's Torres. A lot of hard running to win that ball back, and then it was immediately given away. Now it's getting a bit sloppy on both sides. Mihailovic. Put that right behind Lapalainen. It's giveaway after giveaway right now for both teams. Collision on the far side, putting a Cruz Azul player on the floor. It'll be a free kick for La Máquina. And it looks like a substitution will be made, 3 of them for Montreal. The first one will be Robert Thorkelson coming on. He will replace Zorhan Basong. Kai Kamara, along with Matko Miljevic, also into the fray for Montreal. Joaquin Torres, one of those to make way. Kai Kamara, what a career at 37 years of age. Still getting it done, and back in CONCACAF Champions League. It's his 10th Champions League appearance. He did score 3 goals with the Houston Dynamo back in 2008-2009 and the 09 and 10 version of this competition. He has scored goals pretty much everywhere he's gone. And it's Lapalainen, the other, coming off for Montreal. And 1 sub still available for Wilfried Nancy. And a free kick for Cruz Azul, which they'll take short. Baca gets it back wide. Now the cross in by Aldrete, and this over the bar. So fresh legs coming on for Cruz Azul, or pardon me, for Montreal, but these are the chances that Cruz Azul has had to try to find a second goal. Credit the goalkeeping, credit the defensive pressure, but they have still gotten in some great positions to try to find that second goal, and they have been held off the board since the 20th minute. Ahead for Antuna. Now Rivero. Couldn't get that in behind Miller. Wanyama looks upfield. Touch for Kai Kamara. And his space down the left. Nothing doing on the pass from Wanyama. And now some subs preparing for Cruz Azul. Looks like this will be the end of the night for Carlos Rodriguez. Really good performance there from Rodriguez. It'll be Ivan Morales to come on. Second Champions League appearance for the 22-year-old Chilean. And the other one will be a change up front with Santiago Jimenez coming off, Luis Abram coming on. 26-year-old Peruvian, his 3rd Champions League appearance. His first season with Cruz Azul. His last club was Granada in Spain's La Liga. Here's Thorkelson. Miljevic dispossessed. Over the top, looking for Morales. And Waterman did well defensively. It's been much better in this second half for Montreal in possession, and still they look for that first shot. It's Wanyama who commits the foul here with 20 minutes to go. $17 total shots for Cruz Azul in this game, but only 2 of them have found the target. Antuna. It's the center back, Escobar, switching the play, finding Rivero, who now pops up on the left. And Rivero wins a corner kick. It's just the second corner kick of the game for La Máquina. The crowd trying to urge on Angel Romero with the service incoming from the far side. It'll be an in-swinger to test the goalkeeper. Floating through the air was Abram, as this is out of play. Sliding this in, Escobar sends it all the way through. Rivero has to track it down. Tries to feed Aldrete, was looking to make that overlapping run on the far side. And again, put out for a goal kick. How much longer can Montreal hold out here? They've been doing a lot of defending. We've talked about the shots plenty. And a giveaway, and a shot is fired over the bar. Right off the goal kick. And again, Angel Romero fancying himself from quite a distance out. Romero's first season in Mexican soccer. Spending time in Brazil and Argentina, San Lorenzo and Corinthians. Before that, his home country of Paraguay with Cerro Porteño. He's also been capped by the national team 38 times. Thorkelson plays it infield for Wanyama. For Thorkelson, he makes his Montreal debut here tonight. No bigger venue to do it in than in this one. Here's Johnston. And now Wanyama. There's Kai Kamara popping up.
Yes, yes.
Mihailovic has it taken away. And Aguilar will clear. Again, Wanyama looking upfield. Closing in on the final quarter of an hour. And Montreal, can they keep this at 1-0? Can they find a goal of their own? Trying to split that back line. Thorkelson, can he get there? He can. Slides it in. Mihailovic to the end line. Corner kick. I'm sure Kai Kamara will be a target on this corner kick coming from Montreal. Mihailovic should provide the service. Whipped in towards the back post. And they'll do it again, this time on the other side. It'll be Mihailovic to go corner to corner. Hector Wanyama with some instructions as Mihailovic makes the walkover. The crowd maybe a bit displeased at the time it's taking for Mihailovic here. He's in no hurry. Now an outswinger, looking for Miller, who heads it down. Escobar heads it away. Kamara keeps it alive. Kone, now Waterman, and cleared. And a counter-attacking opportunity, Eric Lira. More options up ahead. Instead, it comes into the middle, and Alistair Johnson tracking back defensively. Kone through the middle now. Mihailovic for Waterman. And again, Montreal's transition defense shutting down another counter-attacking opportunity for Cruz Azul. Wanyama keeps it alive. It's Thorkelson laying this forward for Kamara, who puts his header in the center, and nobody making the run. Lunging challenge by Waterman. This will stay in play. And here comes Cruz Azul. Morales going down on a challenge from Wanyama. He won't get away without a whistle here. Free kick right at midfield for Montreal. As Miljevic has to pick himself up off the turf. There's Morales coming from behind. And a yellow card was shown for that as well. That'll go to Rafael Baca, and he will miss the second leg. A big yellow card to pick up there for Rafael Baca. He won't have his experience in the midfield. Thorkelson for Wanyama. And it's Mihailovic now. Looking for Kamara and just over his head. Again, Montreal knocking on the door, but it's all it's been thus far, just window shopping. Miller for Mihailovic. Johnston. And now Broguillard. Waterman fends off Morales. Now Wanyama. Miljevic. Trying to pick out a pass for Kai Kamara, and is ushered out of play by Luis Abram. Here's a look at that last cross from Mihailovic, looking for Kamara, and just too far out in front. On the turn, it's Morales who looks upfield. Uriel Antuna, options up ahead. Sliding in was Morales, and Breza cleans it up. And quick distribution this time. It's Broguillard, who will just slow things down. Time running thin here on Montreal to find something in this first leg. Mihailovic. Mihailovic trying to lay that off for Wanyama and dispossessed again. And two more subs preparing to come on for Cruz Azul. Looked like Luis Mendoza alongside Rodrigo Huescas. There's Antuna just trying to pick out Ivan Morales on that last opportunity. And here comes the substitution. Angel Romero will be making way. Johnston through the lines for Miljevic. Kamara got a touch on it, left it there for Miljevic, and now it's cleared. Wanyama comes flying in. Much more the ball in this second half for Montreal. They've been able to pick out some passes into that final third, but still nothing to test Jesus Corona. Miller. Thorkelson. Montreal looking for that one moment, trying to be patient with it. Mihailovic now. He lost it against Morales. It looks like no whistle, and the referee content to let play go on. Morales still on the turf. Miljevic for Broguillard. Lifts the cross in, looking for Kamara. Escobar was up for it. And this will be a corner kick, and now the referee will go back. It just looked like it was the last part of that. Maybe he stepped on his toe. He's pointing to his eye, that maybe he was poked in the eye. Danian Parchment not really having any of it. He just let play go on. Many of the Montreal players went over to have a water break and a chat. Mihailovic awaits to send in this corner kick. Here's the in-swinger, right towards Corona, who got a fist to it. Again, no whistle. He wanted something. It's Wanyama now. Waterman. Physical play, and there was a foul after he made the pass. And this will be a yellow card for Ignacio Rivero. Physicality in this game increasing quite a bit. And maybe that's because of a bit of frustration from Cruz Azul. And you could see the hand across the face there of Aldrete, who just trying to carry on. And then he didn't like it and retaliate. It's always the second person. And it must have been for dissent for that yellow card to Rivero. So this is set piece just outside the area. It looks like a yellow card given to Aldrete as well. Still conversation ongoing. Rivero trying to figure out why he got a yellow card, and the yellow card just flying. It looks like that's to Juan Reynoso on the bench potentially. He's still displeased. Mihailovic. The big set piece laid on in his first leg. Mihailovic curls it in, bouncing through, and a whistle will come. It nearly fell for Kai Kamara. There was a foul right as that ball was sent in. And again, nothing doing for Montreal. As lopsided as the possession stats may have seemed at halftime, it's only 52% of it for Cruz Azul. Montreal have really settled in this second half and weathered a bit of a storm, but it still might not be done yet. Huescas plays this ahead, and Tuna, he gets clipped. Is this going to be a free kick or just a throw-in? Here's another look at it. It looked like Antuna went down on his own accord. But it will be a set piece opportunity for Cruz Azul on the far side. as we enter into stoppage time in Estadio Azteca. The fans on their feet. And they know this is a big moment. Luis Mendoza stands over it. His 10th different Liga MX club as he's in his first season with Cruz Azul. This curled in. And this will be a corner kick. And Montreal can't believe it. Cruz Azul asking for a penalty. Referee holding play for just a moment here. O'Shea Nation, the VAR, looking at this, I'm sure. Another look at it here. That glance off a hand, doesn't look like it. Tough to tell from that angle. We're 90 seconds into stoppage time, and there's barely been anything that's happened in terms of gameplay. And still, Danny and Parchment holding play. A long check here by O'Shea Nation. Tonight's VAR. Maybe a bit of frustration now from the fans and the players. And now it's just a corner kick, nothing doing. And Luis Mendoza will run back over to the corner flag. Already 2 minutes into stoppage time. Here's the in-swinger. Kamara heads this right up into the air. Just a push in the back by Antuna. I don't think that'll sit well with some of the Montreal players. Juan Reynoso just telling him to get on with it. Emotions running high at the end of this one. Montreal still very much in this tie. Uriel Antuna's goal in the 20th minute. The difference thus far. Look at Kai Kamara tracking all the way back defensively. And this is played through, looking for Morales. Thorkelson gets tripped up, and this will be a free kick. Here's another look at it from the opposite angle. You see that slight pull of the jersey. Did that glance off the hand of Waterman? I assume the referee and the VAR saying just not enough in that. Mihailovic, deflected cross. It's anybody's best guess as to how long we'll be playing on tonight. 4 minutes past the 90. Well, Danny and Parchment answers that question. That's the end of the first leg. So Cruz Azul, they get an early goal from Uriel Antuna in the 20th minute. Montreal don't register a shot through the first 90 minutes. And they get out of Mexico City only down 1-0 on aggregate. Still all to play for next week in the second leg in Montreal. But this first leg quarterfinal finishes. Cruz Azul 1, Montreal 0.
respuestas, chécame respuestas. Ya está checado.
Now look at our full-time highlights from Estadio Azteca and Mexico City. First leg quarterfinal 2022 Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League. Cruz Azul taking on Montreal in the Liga MX versus MLS affair. And some chances coming early on and really throughout the 90 minutes for Cruz Azul. This in the first few minutes of the game, and a big save there by Sebastian Breza in goal, who would have to look at 19 total shots tonight for Cruz Azul. This one glancing just over the bar off the head of Angel Romero. And still not able to find that opener, but they would here in the 20th minute. A really unfortunate deflection, and Tuna able to slot that into the bottom corner. Clinical finish right by Breza, and it opened the scoring for La Máquina. Uriel Antuna, his first Champions League goal, and it gives the home side a 1-0 advantage. That was really it for the first half. Come the second half, Antuna looking ever so dangerous once again. Another opportunity for Romero, and this header glancing just wide. Didn't really get clean contact off his head, bouncing off his shoulder as well. Then a couple of block shots coming here, and then over the bar, and Cruz Azul kept on coming forward. 19 total shots in this game. 12 of them off target, just 2 of them were on target, the rest were blocked. Yellow cards were shown. This may be a slight appeal for penalty, a long delay as VAR took a look at it. Cruz Azul wanted it, they didn't get it. All they got was a 1-0 win tonight in this first leg, which they will carry into next week's second leg. And a look at our full-time stats. No shots registered on the night for Montreal. Cruz Azul really dominant overall. The possession became a lot closer in that second half as the game continued on. So that'll do it for our coverage tonight from Mexico City. It finishes after one leg. Cruz Azul 1, Montreal 0.